Yeah. Yeah. Hey. Yeah. The jig is up. Yeah. I came too far, I ain't giving up. Hey. I had to cut what was weighing me down, and then when you grow, they say that you switching up here to perimeter. Defending the fort, we crushing the visitors. I got it locked, ain't taking a prisoner. Thought it was sweet until they chin hit with a finisher. Heartbreak, Nicky, I'm voiding the slips. I'm raising the stakes, enjoying the risk. Injecting my veins with ice, as cold as it gets. I live for this shit. Die as a legend, I ride with aggression. I lost in the past, it's fine, it's a lesson. I'm loading the clips, I fire the weapons and taking what's mine. It's time for redemption. Yeah. Too far, I ain't giving up. Hey, I had to cut what was weighing me down, and then when you grow, they say that you switching up here to perimeter. Defending the fort, we crushing the visitors. I got it locked, ain't taking a prisoner. Thought it was sweet until they chin hit with a finisher. Heartbreak, Nicky, I'm voiding the slips. I'm raising the stakes, enjoying the risk. Injecting my veins with ice, as cold as it gets. I live for this shit. Die as a legend, I ride with aggression. I lost in the past, it's fine, it's a lesson. I'm loading the clips, I fire the weapons and taking what's mine. It's time for redemption. Yeah. Yeah. Hey. Yeah. Take what's mine. Take what's time for redemption.
Till I'm the best up. I've been trying to do right, but getting left much. Slipped and fell a few times, still got my chest up. In the gym, I got my chest up. New Takovas on my toes, now that the check's up. Giddy up! Lock in, lights, camera, action. Telly, SPN, it's a top scene. Lock in, lights, camera, action. I don't fold a band when it's time to win. Trolling cause we're rolling under lights, we don't get anxious. Do it with a purpose, we don't do it to be famous. Really they been hating cause they ain't us. Lock in and get dangerous. Look in the mirror just for motivation. I see my past, I see my kids, it gets me motivated. Don't gotta say it, I just know they're hating. Little white boy, tattoos and money, Ben had that motion, baby. I got that motion like the ocean, baby. 9 to 5, then the 5 to 9, yeah, they used to call me crazy. I put that work in, you can't call me lazy. I'm in the light, no pressure never faze me. Got me shining like a diamond, put one on my lady. vision clear, I can see it now. Every time they try to take me out, back to back, I'm wildin' now. I hit the top and didn't say a word. I hit the top and didn't say a word, and still they never shout me out. This not for you, I'm tryna make me proud. This not for you, I'm tryna make me proud. In the mirror, say it loud. Lock in, lights, camera, action. Telly, SPN, it's a top scene. Lock in, lights, camera, action. I don't fold a band when it's time to win. Trolling cause we're rolling under lights, we don't get anxious. Do it with a purpose, we don't do it to be famous. Really they been hating cause they ain't us. Locking and get dangerous.
Yo.
What's up? What's happening?
Jeez.
Yo, I was back here jamming. That song go hard.
Right. You know what I forgot? You know, I usually play music like through YouTube when I'm working and stuff. And I pressed that. I was like, oh damn, I was jamming to the show's background music. I was like, all right. Had to remember to turn it off. What up, Lolo? What up, Sour Patch? Cosmic Girl said, yeah, it's on fire. Say what it do. Tamara's in the building again. What it do? Vibrant, what's happening? A lot been going on out there. I see Diva and Tracy and Shakim and all kinds of other stuff. Vibrant, those are all your people. Or actually, I think everybody's your people, you know, but that's all good. You saw it all. So correct me if I messed something up, all right? Lou is, let's see, listening and cooking at the time. All right, cool.
You know that's right.
Yeah. Save me a plate, damn it. You know, just nothing green on that damn thing. All right. Last couple of days on these YouTube streets have been quite interesting and messy. Yes, Tamara, they have. Absolutely. See, that's why we demand receipts and stuff before I go crazy and start dragging and being disrespectful and all the other stuff. RY is always like, oh my God, like check this out, check that out before you go crazy. So yeah. The YouTube shoots are going crazy and I will report on them as such in the future. But hey, and let me that's a good thing for me to explain. Okay. So this is Manco Television, meaning my channel, right? So if RY is up here, she's like, okay, cool. You know, that content, you know, fits both of our, you know, fancies or whatever you want to call it. Now, at any time, you will see her drop down sometimes if I'm about to do some shit that we're going to keep her out of. Okay. And she's going to go on her channel when she wants to do whatever she's got going on her channel. So yes, I understand that we are a unit. I understand that. Yes. But please understand, I'm way more disrespectful than her. So I'm gonna try to find a way to, you know, sow these seeds well without messing everything up. All right. People, you're right. People are in their feelings, rightfully so. There's a lot of stuff going on there. Vibrant, let me ask you this real quick before we start. Because the first little light items I have to do with the Diva Tracy Shakim situation. What do you think about a moderator sharing out a video that is pretty much going to be talking about the person that they mod for? That's a really good question for you, Vibrant. You know what I'm saying? So again, I believe that was Shakim's major issue with Diva was sharing out. What did she share out when Shakim was going to get drug or something along those lines?
I don't think Diva shared it. Can y'all hear me? I don't think Diva shared anything.
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
What's up, Nobles Rooster? What's up, Rare Treasure?
Nobles Rooster, Rare Treasure.
Let's go.
So I don't think Diva shared out anything. I think the miscommunication came in when Shakim was playing a clip. And in the clip, it was Tracy dragging. And then I believe Tracy ended up mentioning Diva's name. From what I saw, Diva was in the chat. And Diva said, I'm good on this. Take my mod stick because I don't ever share or post or do anything where people are dragging you. So take my mod stick. So her thing was this. You're playing this clip. Tracy is dragging me.
Yep.
And now I'm your moderator, but I don't repost videos or do anything where people are dragging you. That's kind of how that
Okay.
works. Now,
Okay.
let me ask an opposing question. So how am I supposed to work so nobody should be sharing anything of anybody's, because at any given time throughout that live, one of your faves is going to get dragged. So how
There's
do
a
we
risk.
come to a resolution about that?
Yeah, that's a risk. I have no idea. Like if I share somebody out, or you know what I'll find? You know what I'll find? Something that happens to me a lot. What's up, OG Beauty? Not booty.
Hey.
You know, OG Beauty.
Beauty. Hey, my
Yes,
love.
I finally got it. I practiced a few times. Okay. So you know what I get caught up doing sometimes? I get caught up not knowing what the commentary's about and just drop it in somebody's chat because I mess with them. You know, and then after I drop it, somebody's chat, my chat doesn't even get to the top yet. My chat doesn't even get it to the top yet, you know, and then the dragon starts. I'm like, oh shit. I just said, what's up? How's everybody doing? Go Tracy or whatever. Now my chat didn't even make it to the top, and the person's getting drugged. So I don't know how that works. Vibrant said, as a mod, I think it's best to be seen and not heard in most cases. Naturally, there are expectations, but ultimately a mod ought to just blend in. I agree, Vibrant. And the cool thing is one of these things, I'm trying to get creative with the mods. That's why I said that moderate. I do have new benefits for moderators. Okay. I'm going to add to like what moderators can already do over here. You know, the one thing I never question y'all on is blocking, timing out, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Just keep your personal feelings with people aside. Look out for the channel, but I'm gonna give y'all a lot more power. Okay. And I don't want you to think, oh, well, that means Envy thinks we work for him or this and that. I'm just trying to be creative and do something different. That's all. Adrian, depending if the dragon is on it, yes, right. That's true. That's true. Yeah, and I agree, but that's where it becomes hard, because honestly, when I share somebody out, I don't know exactly what their content is going to be, and as content, you could switch quick. Now, what I would not share out is if it's in the title. Okay, that's a whole different ball game. If the title says, let's get it, or what's happening, or whatever, I'll share it out. But obviously, if the title says RY is a loudmouth B or some shit, I'm probably not going to share that out. Okay. Right. So there's different things. What's up, Leslie? How you doing?
Hey, Leslie.
Hey, all right. So also a question that I have for Tracy, whatever Tracy hears it, shout out to the replay gang. A lot of y'all are over there watching Miss Meter Court with, you know, I think you have to work at the food bank, and sorry for RNY's like feedback, microphone, all that other stuff. She kind of put the cart before the horse with this computer, but that's what's up. That's what's up, Leslie. Okay, so yeah, just before I forget, Tracy, you said something about RY defending my quote unquote my sector, but they were talking about the black sector. Tracy, you definitely know my history. I don't know where that came from. Maybe it was a mistake. Maybe you were off the timeline or whatever the case may be, but you most definitely know what sector I'm from. So I was a little confused there. I got tons of feedback through your computer.
I'm getting ready to switch.
All right, y'all. We're gonna work with her audio and whatnot. As I said, she jumped over to her computer today. But what's up, DD? All right, so basically, okay, that's pretty much it on the diva thing. It's going to be interesting. I don't think the diva and Tracy back and forth is going to stop too much, but she did say, "Shot Kim, take my ranch," and I know that's like her roll dog or whatever. So we'll see how that all how that all shakes out. At the end of it, I believe she said, "I'm not just leaving; I'm leaving with my people." And Shot Kim said, "Could you mention who my people are?" And nobody put a name on anything. So hey, here we are. Did I say what's up to Honey Love? What's up, Honey Love?
Hey, Honey Love.
All right. So first on the list, y'all, where are Shiny Fingers receipts? Okay. Queen Shiny Finger, okay, for now on is the let's see. what did Prince say? Lemon, wait, Jordan Dash, known or formerly known as Lemon or whatever. He's Shiny Finger. He's Queen Shiny Finger here. So if anybody's offended, they got to run out of the chat or whatever because I call him Shiny Finger. My bad. I didn't do it to myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, why? His thumbnail selections are quite the interesting scenario, but it is what it is. The only reason why I started talking to him about that is because of this receipt situation that we're going to bring up right now, that everybody's like, oh, aren't Wine Envy have to go live? Aren't Envy have to go live? I think we've been hearing that for what, a week and a half ish. Please hit the like. Yeah, OG Beauty. Please hit the like. And everybody was waiting for you guys were waiting for the Mia response about these receipts of calling her names and not liking her picture and behind the scenes and talking at 2-3 o'clock in the morning and this and that. And we didn't need to respond because we all did lives. We did lives like a week ago with her on here, like changing her mind about everything. You guys were upset with her in the chat because she was like, I am not mad. I am not mad about that picture. I am not mad about Trish. I am not mad about Lemon. I'm not mad about anything in my life. And then when she hit the panel, all of a sudden she was most definitely mad about just about everything. Hello?
Yes, it's better.
I don't know. Let's see. Sour Patch. Oh, where's TSW? I saw TSW. Hey, TSW, I have a question for you. What in the hell? Oh, no. I don't have a question. I saw you at Divas, and I know that you were agreeing with her, and she thought that you were saying that Diva was going to go live to drag her or something along those lines. I know that you were just answering her question. I was like, no, that's not like TSW. So I'm glad that you got that squared. I'm glad you got that squared away over at VS's. All right, Molly. Envy, for what it's worth, I didn't believe any of the actual told the story to us. It was obvious it was being taken out of context. Yeah, absolutely, Molly. And my thing was I was like, where are the receipts? Because our receipts are so ironclad, it's crazy. Right? Exactly. Like if we would have had a receipts going back and forth, and I also offered $5,000, literally $5,000. You know, I think that's where things went a little crazy because I was like, okay, $5,000. We'll do a vote and we'll see whose receipts are hitting. And that's what I was gonna do. Like, how could Bia be mad when she sent her own pic? Well, the thing is, Adrian, I didn't even give the drop on who actually sent, her own or her stuff over. But the thing is she says she wasn't mad in the chat. And I was just saying she didn't stick with the same story because when she got on this damn platform, all of a sudden she was furious. So anyway, we're going to talk about that only with the regards of the fact that the smear campaign, the behind the scenes dumb shit, the media tour, RY and Envy. RY is going to look stupid out here. RY is going to look crazy out here. Envy doesn't have a good track record. He runs plays, this, and this. And then there was supposed to be some amazing setup show. And we always know that Shiny Fingers always says, I'm going to flip the tables over. I'm going to turn the tables over. And then he said, it's the big day today. Like, honestly, like he probably has to work at the soup kitchen for about 4 or 5 hours and community service and not drink for 2 days. Or no, actually, he would have to. The soup kitchen is diabolical. Yeah, this is my grand finale. I won't be back for 3 days because I have to go work at the soup kitchen. What do you get? Like 20 hours of community service, probably. But anyway, y'all are crazy. Like we had court watch or something. Like he was on like death row or some shit. But anyway, all right. I want to know. What situation do you guys how do you guys want me to conduct myself? Okay. The reason why I say that is it fair? is it fair for these things to be thrown up in the air? Like I'm doing something crazy to RY, or RY is accepting this and that. Is it okay for people to do that and then wait to respond? Or is it okay now to say, hey, you put that out here, you didn't prove yourself, you didn't stand on business, so guess
Mhm.
what, we're still going to roll out our story, how we were going to show the receipts. You guys let us know which would be best, you know what I'm saying, because we'll still do the show. If y'all want us
Right.
to do the show, we'll still do the show. We'll do the show after we thought that they were going to do whatever, right? And when I get into
Mhm.
the co-host battles, I'm going to talk about like the stuff that really made people fall out, because it seemed like the co-host wars. Did y'all kind of feel like that we were watching
Mhm.
the war of the
Mhm.
co-hosts?
Oh, you talking about that night? Oh, that night
The
it
war
was
of the
crazy that
co-hosts.
night. It
Hey,
was crazy.
who didn't break, bend, or fold? So I mean,
Mm-mm-mm.
I put Ken and Sonny, Audio Bia, who else did I put? I put Shiny Finger and Shish Trish, Envy and RY. So I guess that was the co-host battle. And we'll get into that in a little bit, okay? Okay, so basically let me give y'all a little bit of background. I'm not going to exhaust the issue or whatever, and as I said, we weren't going to bring this up, but we're wondering
Right.
where the receipts are. Like should we be smeared for an entire week and people come at us, oh, what is this, what is that, and not be given the benefit of the doubt or anything like that? Drop the link, we want to talk to you, and this and that, and we didn't want to talk to anybody until now. So hey, as I said, we could still do the story, but let me give you a little
Yep.
background. Let me give you a
Okay.
little bit of background. So let's see. So basically, me being a reporter, right? As I said, like RY always tells me, slow down a little bit, right?
Yes.
So do you recall this? I'm looking at my notes. Do you recall the way that the story was presented to you? Because basically the whole point was, what's up, soul sister? The whole point was is for RY to look at me a certain way based on hearsay and dumb shit. So,
Hmm.
RY, since you
So
were supposed to feel a certain way, did you want to break this down? I mean, because
yes.
since you're supposed to
So
be done,
I know. So where do you want me to pick up for the beginning
I
of the
don't.
story okay.
Yeah,
So
yeah, from
here's
the beginning,
from
yeah.
the beginning. All right, here we go. So, as you all know, that whole Mia saying what she said to Bobby kind of grew legs and took off, right? This is right before we were going to do girls talk. And I was like, I don't know how I feel about that, right? So, we all had a conversation, you know what I'm saying? And typically, most people, you have to understand envy. Envy comes from, the HR world, like, we're not doing that. So I'm just like, nah, I can't just walk away from her because of that. Because everybody is gonna make mistakes. They're gonna say something they necessarily should not have said. So I said, I can't walk away from her. Mm-mm. I'm still gonna go for it. The first show we're gonna craft it to be this, so we can actually talk about what happened. And then she was just like, okay, I'll apologize, and I'll take accountability for the things that I said to Bobby. Cool. No problem. Then comes out. She said, well, what days are good for you? I said, well, typically Sundays are best. After church, we can do it. Never said a set day or anything like that. Next thing I know, over at YTC's, Lemon decides to ask YTC, hey, are you going to be watching this show? It's going, the first episode is this Sunday, and blah, blah, blah. And then Molly picked it up and ran with it and was putting it everywhere. And I'm like, that ain't what I said, but okay. Whatever. So then fast forward past all of that fluff. Now we have this picture thing. Okay. So I saw the flyer and I was just like, I need a little more backstory to this flyer. That's when I found out Mia sent over Trish a bunch of pictures, I think like 7 or 8 pictures. And then the one picture that was used on the flyer, from what I was told from her, was that she sent that picture to Trish to get ahead of the narrative, which was she sent audio nudes. And she wanted to show Trish, no, I didn't. This is what I sent him. So I'm like, all right, cool. So then that's when I heard that Trish told her, that's not going to be a good look, whatever, whatever, whatever. And she still used that picture anyway, out of all of the other pictures that were sent. So somehow, and correct me on this part if I'm wrong, somehow or another, there was a conversation had between Envy and Mia. Now, let me put a pin in that. Let's be very clear, okay? Envy does not make a move that I do not know about. And if I feel sketchy about it, I'd be like, I don't think you should do that. Absolutely not. So Envy and I stay up all times of the night because he's a night owl and I'm a night owl at times as well. So we're typically up 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, just shooting the breeze, working on different stuff. So he said, all right, I'm getting ready to call Mia so we can talk about what happened. Ooh. Fine. So you all right? Okay.
Yeah,
So then they had the conversation. And then he called me back. He said, I told her how I felt. I told her what needs to be done, blah, 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 blah. Okay, fine. Cool. So then next thing I know, allegations are coming out. Oh, Envy is trying to F Mia. Envy called Mia SLUT. Envy did this. Envy did that. I'm just like, are y'all sure about that? So then that's when the whole Ken started. He said, well, I was on the phone with Mia when she was talking to Envy, and he said he wanted to F her and called her a slut and da-da-da-da. So what does Envy do in true Envy fashion? Opens up his Instagram and lets me read every single thing. He really didn't have to do that because I trusted him. But let's be clear. Let's talk timeline for a second. I think the first message you sent her was February 28th. I may be wrong on that date. It was just a general message. And then after that, it wasn't so much, hey, here's a StreamYard link so you and RY can get together. Y'all can brainstorm. Every time he messaged her after that, it was about girls talk. And to answer a lot of people's question, was RY even mentioned? Yes, every single message, my name was thrown up in there. Hey, what are you and RY going to do? Hey, RY wants to talk to you. Hey, y'all need to get together and brainstorm. Here's the link if you want to do this. So it was nothing salacious. And let's talk about this slut comment, okay? When I read these messages, the only person that said anything about slut or slutty was Mia. Mia asked a question. Generally, I want to say it was about, well, does this picture make me look slutty? Even in Envy's response, he still didn't use the word slut. So that was never, ever, ever, ever said. She brought up the word slutty. So then here we have Ken and Lemon. They running around with this narrative. Lemon was supposed to have this big banger of a show. I'm going to get Mia to come over here and she's going to tell her story because Envy, yeah, okay. I knew that wasn't going to happen.
We're waiting
exactly.
For this.
I knew that wasn't going to happen.
And the only thing you skipped over is we started off with Mia just off of a whim because we tried to tell her how not to get doxxed because her cash app was in her real name. So
and that was when people was running around
the whole time.
Right.
Crazy.
And that was when people was running around talking about, oh, Envy and RY talking to Mia behind the scenes. They're buying her subs. They're doing this. Excuse me? I don't like to spend money. So I damn sure ain't gonna spend money on nobody else for real. Because if I'm about her subs, wouldn't I buy myself some? And I don't even know how to do that.
And then what I need y'all to remember also, one thing you left out was now the whole quote unquote slutty thing and all this. She asked me where I didn't want this to be out. I didn't want this to be out. Where did you get it? How did you find it? I didn't say anything. I just said it's available here and there.
Sure didn't.
But the person that actually sent it over to me The person that actually sent it over to me, I talked to first. I wasn't even going to go to Mia about the picture. I said, hey, this looks like sabotage. This looks kind of strange. Like there's something underhanded going on. And it's crazy to me. That individual agreed and said, yeah,
Exactly.
I
That
totally
same
understand.
individual agreed with everything Envy was saying, which is why I was
But they
taken
flipped
aback.
it.
And I'm looking like, oh, so that's what we're doing now. So I left it. I said, all right, cool.
And I wouldn't tell her, how I knew. So
He held up, broke up, wouldn't even tell her who sent him the flyer. Wouldn't tell her. Wouldn't. Because I feel like had he told her, she would look at this individual side eyes because she kept saying, well, the flyer is invalid because the flyer isn't that. And all Envy said was invalid, valid, exist, don't exist, happening, not happening. It doesn't matter. It's
let me
not a good
throw in
look.
there. Let me throw in there, right? The
Mhm.
only reason why I mentioned something also is because she said that she follows Kevin Samuels.
Kevin Samuels, and she wanted a
Okay.
high value man. And so
Yeah.
my stance that night, we went live about it. I still feel that way. That was not painting her in the best light at all, especially if you claim you want a high value man. And I knew we was getting ready to do this whole girl talk thing. So that kind of was going to shift over into that. Like, how can we say we want a high value man if we're sending out pictures like that and they're on flyers? That was my only stance. Whether or not she was upset, which in actuality, she was upset when she talked to me and she was upset about that flyer. She was upset. That's why when she came in the chat and was like, I'm not upset. But then she hit the link and said, oh yeah, I am. And I'm looking at my computer screen like, excuse me? What is happening right here? So just because her story flip-flopped on whether or not she was upset or not, didn't change how I felt about that picture. You say you want a high value man. Okay, cool. Carry yourself like one. I tell anybody, I tell my sisters that. You know what I'm saying? Because as the woman, we all have a tendency to kind of stumble and slip and do something that we may not be proud of. But anyway, so then Envy never told her who sent him the flyer. Then the live happened, and I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. Stories started to change. Allegations started to be put out there. Envy wanted to hump that girl. Envy called her a slut. Envy had never called that lady no slut. Never. So then just recently, see, on Mad Day, sometimes the truth really comes out. On Mad Day, just the other day, over there at Ken Nola's channel, he was live, and Lemon was up there. And Lemon said, yeah, Envy told Mia he wanted to fool her and blah, 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 blah. And Ken let Lemon go on with it. And after a while, Ken said, you know what, Lemon, I got to be honest with you. Got to be honest with you. Envy never said that. I only said he wanted to hump her to add a little sauce to the story. He never told her that. So Lemon said, yes, he did. Because I was on the phone when Mia told me. Ken said, she never told you that. She never told you that. Stop lying. And Lemon kept trying to go back and forth and argue. So Ken said, Lemon, are you drunk? And that was all I had to hear. That was it. So I ran with that. And then I want to say just yesterday, it was either yesterday. It was yesterday. I did a screen recording of Ken on his live saying, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to finally clear Envy's name. Envy never said that to that girl. Envy never said he wanted to hump her. Never. And that's all I needed to hear. See, because one thing about Envy, I've never, ever, ever, ever heard him use the word slut with anybody. What? He opened up his Instagram and let me see every single message. And it literally was just all about girl talk. Every single message, my name was included. RY had some ideas. You need to start, talk to RY. Here's a StreamYard link for you and RY to get together and do your brainstorming and things of that nature. That's it. That was all. So that's how that whole narrative got out of control because somebody was mad. And then Ken said that Lemon told him the reason why he said that was to make me feel some type of way.
Mm-hmm.
See, but you can only make an immature woman feel some type of way that can't think for herself and don't know who she's talking to. I know Envy's vernacular, and that ain't something he'll say.
Could
Not at
y'all
all.
imagine me saying that? Come on, man.
Like, that's stupid.
We were trying to help
That
that
is
woman.
stupid.
I can't believe like we saved her from getting doxxed at the first point, and then everything else. It was just crazy to me. But I
Right.
don't think that it's fair, and I think that y'all saw a whole lot of emotional intelligence, right? And basically, like when we put this up, I want you guys to understand, right? So the reason why, if you see something like this, we know we're right. Okay. So yeah, team dummy versus team stupid. What that was is
Mm-hmm.
basically like all that stuff going on because we are transitioning over the co-host battles, right? That's exactly what we saw here. So basically, we knew our receipts were ironclad. We knew there were going to be a
Yeah.
bunch of lies. We knew that everybody was going to fall out because nobody had their story straight. It was supposed to be some kind of like movie or whatever the hell it was. So after we presented what we had to present, you guys got to realize we've already done lives of Mia. We've already done this, done that. Everybody wanted us to have this fantastic show. And if y'all want to talk about like clout chasing or chasing storylines or whatever the case may be, we could have drugged that storyline on for about 4 or 5 days and gave y'all a little bit at a time. Okay, like one receipt at a time, and then played a bunch of music and other dumbass shit and
Right.
tried to do a
And
show. So we
outside of
actually
me
sat back
knowing
and
how
like
envy speaks,
this is how
outside of me
comfortable we
knowing how
were.
envy, hold on. Outside of me knowing how envy speaks, what really made me side eye the entire situation was when a certain individual said, yeah, and Mia even said that if RY keeps talking and lying, I'ma tell her man wanted to F me. Girl. Okay.
It's
Okay. When I heard that, I said, yeah, this is no, not at all. No. Mm-mm.
exactly, OG Beauty. That's what I'm saying. Like, and the whole, we fucks with VS. We fucks with VS the long way, but
Yep.
I don't want to hit panels to go back and forth and scream and holler. You know how I am. I'd rather give you the information and then let you all
Mm-hmm.
run with it. Because I know that
Yep.
she asked me to hit the link or whatever, and Lemon's like, no, 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 no. The reason why Lemon said, Shiny Finger said that no, 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 is because if I went up there and spoke, it would have broke up the whole entire thing. So honestly, the way to make somebody look stupid is to have enough intelligence for them to talk themselves into more stupidity.
Right.
Because then when you explain yourself later, you could just use their words against them. If you talk too much, loose lips sink ships, and moving in silence
Mm-hmm.
always wins. So my whole
Now,
thing is
Adrian, go ahead. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to
go
cut you
ahead,
off. Go ahead.
Adrian.
Adrian put a very interesting comment in the chat, and it's funny that I saw this because this is the exact same thing I said to you, Envy. Adrian said, "I'm confused. Didn't Mia dress like she was going to the beach the other day when she cammed up?" Now, let me tell you why that comment is so funny to me. Because I went tiptoeing through the tulips, and I ended up at Sincere Saida's, and she said, she said. I mean, Mia cammed up. She stood up, showing her bodice and everything else like that. I mean, what are you trying to advertise? And when I heard that, I said, well, that's rather interesting because I said the exact same thing, just not in those words. My thing was if you're trying to get a high value man, which is what you want, and you're sending pictures out like that, and then they're ending up on a flyer, that may not be the best look to get a high value man. So when I saw Adrian's comment, it made me think about Sincere Saida. And I said to Envy, I said that Envy. Ain't this the same thing I've been trying to tell this girl the entire time? Now keep in mind, I understand Mia is grown. She been on her she been on her she been on her own for 10 years. Okay. She was proud of that. But my thing is if you say you want a high value man, then okay. A high value man ain't gonna come to you dressed like that. That was my entire point, especially since she says that she follows the teachings of Kevin Samuels. That was backwards to me. That's
Yeah.
all.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when somebody asked her what she likes about Kevin Samuels, she didn't know. So,
Yeah.
par for the course. But I'm not here to drag Mia or anything else. The
Oh,
reason why
not
I
at
say
all.
the reason why I'm saying I'm not here to drag Mia or anything else like that is because it seems like she let it go because she knew
Hmm.
that her stance was wrong, and that she was in the middle of a play. All right. But, you know, coming from O3 sector, you know, they call it play running sector or whatever. That's not
Oh,
really easy to
speaking
do.
about running plays. Speaking about running plays. Mia's live was pure comedy, certain spots, because it was something she also said. She said, oh, I hope I'm getting this right. She said, yeah, when Ken goes into protective mode about me, yeah, he'll run a play to protect me. I'm just like, oh, okay.
That's when you start telling on each other, not going over the script properly.
Hmm.
Mhm. So
Yep.
anyway, like anyway, the only way to, you know, respond to it at all
Hey,
whatsoever
VS.
is that, because what's up, VS? VS said what?
What?
Type type what your question is, because we'd love to tell you. Trust me.
Mhm.
You'll be a little bit gassed by it. What's up, Kimberly? You said Kevin says is actually a poor example of a high value man. Yes, Kimberly.
I
But
agree.
let's just take the basics of the manosphere, which I'm against,
Hmm.
because they speak against black people pretty much day in and day out.
Hold
But
on, pause. You said Madison, let me hop in here 200. And it was something else that I heard over at Pizzas. And if it's a lie, Molly, you said it. So I heard Pizza say that Molly even told Molly even told me that Mia went and looked at her analytics and saw that it was more female supporters, and she didn't want the support of females. She wanted more support from the men. I
and
said, when I
basically,
heard that, I said, but you want to do a girl talk show? That really confused the crap out of me.
well,
Confused me.
every man that ever got that ever brushed up against her isn't looking so good these days.
Yeah.
But yeah, Kevin Samuels, you're right about that, Kimberly. But at the same time, Kevin Samuels would have drugged somebody like that, because, you know, the single mother thing and a whole lot of other stuff. Trust me, I can't even unpack the
Molly said she
layers.
did say it.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Mia has to get her dress size together, her act together. She has to get serious. She has to dress with class. The games cannot be forever. You're going to have to get on Kevin's level. Yeah, that's pretty hard to get on, especially because Melanie King decided to
Hmm.
debate Kevin Samuels. And Melanie
Yeah.
King is like kind of like on our side, but not on our side. It's kind of crazy. But
Yeah.
Molly, just start with a black woman on here saying they follow the teaching of Kevin Samuels. Right. Like literally, if a black woman follows the black manosphere teachings, you need to go ahead and turn in your black woman card. Okay. There's people that could why I have the timestamp. I'm ready.
See,
Which one? Which
about when
timestamp
she
you
said
got,
she looked at
Molly?
her when she said she looked at her analytics and saw there was more female supporters than anything.
Right. Right.
Hmm.
Ken told the truck about Envy not saying he wanted to fool. So who did she lie to, Lemon, or is Lemon lying that she said that to him? I honestly, I don't think they had their story straight, Sour Patch. You know what I'm saying? Like the level, like we're going to ask you all, and I don't think a lot of people are going to be involved in the commentary. So you know how we do. We don't do commentary if y'all don't give a shit. So on my community wall, I'll put like, what do you want the next show to be about? I will put that in
Hmm.
there, because if you see us roll out every single receipt about everything, you're going to be gassed. I'm just telling you, you know, and I know Audio the other day said he's going to set the streets on fire about something else. So I'm not building it up by saying the streets are going to be gassed or anything like that. Okay. It'll be fine.
Via said,
Just if you guys want
so
to,
is it
I'll
safe to
get
say
there.
y'all
I'm
not
getting
cool
there.
with her no more? So Via said,
Yes.
is it safe to say we're not cool with her no more?
Yeah, it's
I
very
I
safe.
don't I don't have an issue with her. I just don't like that move. So no.
In my opinion, they're in
I don't like
cahoots.
people like that.
The only reason why I would say, okay, let me I'm not clean it up, but let me clarify. Okay.
Okay.
I don't have I'm with her. I don't have a problem with the person that she is. I don't wish her any harm, foul, or
Right.
anything else in her life. I wish her the best. all the other good stuff. Am I going to come out here and drag her and whatever? No, I don't need to drag somebody down. This is clarification. This isn't dragging, because if I drag, I'll get in trouble, get struck, and people will cry. And, you know, Envy's always had this shitty track record, whatever. So when I drag somebody, it's really, really bad, because I get really disrespectful. I just don't go dark about kids and all that other shit, right?
Right. And me, I don't have anything bad to say about Mia to drag her on. Like I just don't. Like that's just not the virtual space that I'm in. I can't deal with that.
Here's what I don't like. You guys know me, and you know, you can call it caping or whatever the case may be. It's been the same way my entire life. Okay. And my entire life, basically, I've been for women. You guys have seen me swang and bang for so many women out here. Have I ever? And they use it against me because I always say I don't argue with women on the panel. You know, I don't argue with women in real life, so I'm not going to scream at them on here, period. Sometimes they use that against me, fuck niggas, because they know I won't say anything back. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. So what I am, let's say I'm not, hey, what's up, Tweety? Let's say Tweety. I'm not upset with her, like, as a person. I'm disappointed. Okay. The reason why I'm disappointed is because I had that woman's back. Honestly, it was crazy how much I had her back. But I also, the reason why I swang and bang for women is not because women are weak at all whatsoever. I swang and bang for women because I love to make sure that their strength is not penetrated, because how much masculinity is there left in the world? I feel sad for you women, because these dudes out here are some hoes, some bitches, like, these days. And I stick up for women that are also strong enough to be able to hold their own. So me sticking up for Mia over and over and over and over, and then showing so much weakness, falling for whatever a man tells her what to do, that's what I have a problem with. There's a difference. I have a problem with the fact that she was weak when I stood up for her. That's it. All right.
Yeah.
So we're gonna move past Mia.
Like I said, I'm not mad at Mia at all. I want to say I don't even think she's in her third. I don't even think she's 30 yet. If she is, okay. But I'm not mad at her. I wish her nothing but the best. She has the potential. Go be great. I admonish her to be great. Yeah, I admonish her to be great because she has the propensity to be great. But I just can't have that type of energy in my virtual space.
Well, Kimberly, we were the first people that were accused of using Mia as content. And yes, that is 100% correct. So what happened is basically Mia was used as a weapon. Mia was used as a weapon against myself to try to make RY feel a certain way. But the mere fact that she went along with it, that's where I'm a little off with her, because can I trust what she does in the future? Absolutely not. I wouldn't trust her to tell me that the sky is blue. I would go check to make sure. I would argue with her and be like, well, what about the clouds? You know what I'm saying? Because that's a bunch of bullshit. I can't trust her. Yes, she allows herself, Kimberly, to be used as a weapon against other people, especially other men. You know what I'm saying? She's very impressionable. But anyway, seemed like it. So yes, he did. But Lemon said after he said that, he told Envy actually said it to her. And let me listen. Let's be very hypothetical. Like RY and I like to break things down, trying to look at everything from different people's viewpoints, because we try to be reporters out here, not content creators. I was a content creator a long time ago, at the beginning of the goddamn Mode 3 sector. The beginning, not the middle, not the end, not today, the beginning. Okay. I just love B sector because I've grown up. Okay. I'm not going to go over there and scream and holler and do all this and do all that. I'm with the B sector. You can call me B sector or not, but I'm doing B sector content. I'm trying to deliver it to y'all. But why the hell did I say that? I have no idea. Let's keep going.
It was said that that you're stupid and your channel ain't grown. So
my chat.
Your channel.
Oh, my channel's not growing. Okay, well,
it's not growing because you're stupid. That's what was said.
Just
like that's dumb.
Damn. You know, let me tell you, if I ever want to put together a show to get 500-600 people there or whatever, many times over and over I've done, I can. But your show is not, the show support is not determined by the fact that you have numbers in the chat, because if you have 100 likes and 500 people in the chat, 400 people don't give a shit. Okay. I mean, it's very simple.
Yeah.
But my support is good. I can have 10 people in here and I'll still have the same supporters. There's a difference between subscribers and supporters. But anyway, Sour Patch Kid, I think they took Envy warning her about the flyer being too suggestive as Envy calling her a slut. I basically told her, I said, is that the look that you want? And my thing is, as soon as she told me, I didn't think that it was going to be sent out. I didn't think that it was going to be passed around. I don't know. It just sort of came out or whatever. Didn't at that point kind of made me feel like she wasn't happy with it either. But anyway, like, I'm done with that thing. Listen, if you guys want the whole content with the receipts and making everybody look crazy and whoop-de-whoop, great, we'll do it. But I'm pretty sure 95% of y'all don't give a shit. So we're going to keep moving on unless y'all
hold
stop
on.
me.
Before we move on, do you know what I found to be so comical? Ken did a 3-minute live.
Trotter?
Hey, Foxtrotter. Ken did a 3-minute live that said Mia denounced him and she don't want to be cool with him no more.
Right.
Said, wait, what's happening? But I just kept right on moving.
Come here.
Cosmic Girl, she's not dumb at all.
Ken and Lemon both, Ken and Lemon both said it was, we're not saying Mia's dumb. We're saying she's impressionable based on what men ask her to do. There's a difference. There's a difference.
Oh, very big difference.
She is very gullible when it comes to males, quote unquote, guiding her. That's what she is. That doesn't mean dumb. Doesn't mean she can't count to 100 and say her ABCs. It means she doesn't know how to deal with women or Jesus Christ, men, in my opinion. Kimberly, Ken and Lemon both said it on VS panel. They were backing each other up. Then later, Ken said different. So I don't know, honey. It's just the best. Envy cleared the name though. Yep, we're good. We played the game of Clue, we played Monopoly, we played everything you could possibly think of based on that situation. And as I
that's
said,
why with binaries, go ahead.
Hey, Daquan, what's up? Go ahead.
Salute, Daquan. That's why when binary said
pre-show or the big show.
Listen, I dropped that in binary chat. Binary said, RY, in case you haven't heard, there's a rumor going around that Envy was, wanting to do something salacious with me behind your back. I don't know if you heard, but I said, yeah, I heard. I read the messages. When you know the truth, you just keep it moving. I don't dwell on that crap.
Kimberly, man, listen, here's how careful we were with Mia, right? Yes, we were giving her advice, and the fact that she was going to be girl talk, like she was the first name on the flyer of the first co-host, right? And clearly, Girl Talk episode 1 did like 2,000 views in 40 minutes of talking. So it is what it is. Sometimes you choose the wrong team. I don't know.
Yeah. Hey, Ghetto.
But what did she say? A mentor. And the thing is like, that's the disappointing part, Kimberly. She was a mentor. Like, honestly, from telling her, hey, your Cash App is in your first and last government name. Hey, you're letting people see this, show that, whoop-de-whoop. She was definitely trying to, and she was telling her different, different algorithms and things that she could get in. This shit was crazy to me. I never believed that. Thanks, honey love. We appreciate that.
That to me would be all the more reason I would think you would be not a mentor, however, an example or guide for me. Wow. Thank you, Kimberly. I appreciate that.
Yeah, you're right. It wasn't me. But listen, it wasn't me.
Yeah, don't.
I literally bet $5,000 that our receipts were going to be better. Okay. No, our receipts, as I said, if you all want us to do the show, please, but it has to be a majority. I don't want to bore people. The content that we try to do, we had to come on at 6 today, but we are the 5 o'clock show when you drive home. Now, I don't want you to drive home and be bored and switch the channel because we're talking about this bullshit. All right. But if you want to, if you want us to do it, we definitely will. Because if you want to see real receipts, not this bullshit that people have, we're going to show you how to present receipts. And then also, I do have a, on the, what did I put? I put a day in the life of Jordan Dash or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so the reason why that was in the title earlier is it was, okay, show the receipts, Lemon, since you drug all this stuff through there, tried to assassinate our character and all that other bullshit, doing a media tour to set up this big show where RY was going to be like, oh my God, and they were going to never talk to each other again. My thing is, I think that it's fair for him to show these receipts about Mia before I show my receipts about him. Like, is that a good? Now, do you guys want that to be? You guys want that to be a thing? I don't know. You let me know. I think that's a really good competition, because here's my thing. If you know anything about me at all whatsoever, from day one till today, I have everything that exists on the internet. I don't give a shit if it was deleted, put under the bridge, set on fire, whatever. People, my network is ridiculous. I don't give a damn. Turn the red ball on, turn it off, put a black screen up, change your voice, whatever. I got it. All right. So please come with the receipts, especially from videos that those channels no longer exist. So, we can go receipt by receipt at any given time. I don't give a damn. Let's go.
And it's the lies for me, because now I want you to produce a receipt that shows that that's bad English. I want you to produce receipts that shows where Envy and I was in your chat last week. Then I want you to show a screen recording or something that shows that Envy was on his link last week. Because don't you think that screen recording would have been out if he was on his link? Just to go over the Lolos over the weekend. And I think Lolo said that it was told that she tried to click his link, and she
and quite honestly, like, really, like, you guys are literally goddamn thinking that this dude is harmful. I don't get it, but that's just one little thing. We were just
it was the lies that I just had to clear up. I don't want to talk about that.
I remember what Just Do It is, but I think that might say Musty. I don't know. I remember what Just Do It was, but I don't know. Is that like a knockoff of the knockoff of the knockoff of the Nike? God damn, Temu forgot to put Do It. But anyway, we will definitely.
But no, like I said, I no longer want to talk about that, man. I want to be left alone. But I just want to talk about these lies and clear Envy's name, because that shit was not true at all.
Absolutely. You said, tell me at the bank. Listen. I don't even want to. I'm not going to talk about that lady's finances. Envy tabbed me away from the show. He keeps saying I am trying to co-host. Oh, Jesus Christ. Ghetto, I'm surprised you missed Girl Talk.
Oh, Jesus.
They were looking for you, Ghetto.
That is sick. Now, I hear people talk about me as finance. Like, that has been, I heard more than 2 people talk about it. And my thing is this: so what? That girl got 14,000 sitting in there. So what? Either one of 2 things happen. Well, 1 of 3 things happen. Either she got her income taxes, she got a commission from her job, or she just knows how to save money. Either way you go, that 14,000 ain't in my account. So I really don't care.
That is one of the greatest things about y'all show, the consistency. I appreciate that, Cosmic Girl.
Thank you, Cosmic Girlie.
And here's the funny thing: like, some people love it and some people hate it. You know what I'm saying? Like, because we bring fuck shit like a lot of times, but for the most times we're just trying to give you all the news from our perspective. And if this ever happens right here, that means I'm gonna fuck you up. All right. And that means that I don't want RY to be a part of the crazy shit I'm saying. Okay. I'm just letting you guys know that.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, anytime. My titles, and I always tell people are like, why do your titles always change throughout the day? I'm like, well, for a few different reasons. Number 1, the mood I'm in. Number 2, the news that comes out during the day, because you want the latest and the greatest, right? And number 3, RY requests it.
Yeah.
You'll see some of the shit that's in my title and call me and be like, hey,
Blake, are you okay?
How
What's
you
going
gonna
on with this title?
What's up? The purse is closed. How you doing?
Hey, the purse is closed.
Oh, every day, almost every day. Let's go, Cosmic Girl. I love you. look at Molly. Ooh, ghettos. See, ghetto. You're only. Hey, how many? Damn. Phi Beta
Get it
Sigma.
out.
No. How many Phi Beta Sigma meetings were you allowed to miss, sir? We need Jet Girl Talk. You are one of the girls, so they definitely need you
That
over there.
is great. Oh, speaking of girl talk and speaking of ghetto, I don't know how these two came together in my brain. But ghetto, are you going to watch Faith is the Substance interview with what is her name? I want to say Victoria Mateo. She was one of the drag queens from Hamburger Mary's. Hopefully you tune in and watch it. I don't know why that made me think about that.
That's right. Ghetto was literally telling us, making sure that everybody knew where the Hamburger Mary's was. I was like, what the hell is that? Because Lolo said that she's going to go to Hamburger Mary's.
Ghetto gonna be pissed.
Hell is that? I know, Ghetto. Come on,
Ghetto gonna be pissed. Ghetto no hold
it. Run from the chat and go over there and cry with Lemon. Oh my God!
Ghetto no, I like sticking with her.
I just want the best with big beef doctor.
Please look at Yvonne. Please
you told
look
us
at Yvonne.
so. Yvonne, what did you say? I love Yvonne. Yvonne keeps me. Jesus Christ. As soon as I see Yvonne, when I see Lou, I know I need to be on time. When I see Yvonne, I'm like, oh damn, I better have all my shit together today. I saw you over at Faith is Associates when interviewing.
When she was interviewing Hadjic, yeah, I found out there's a whole country wine sector. I've been enjoying that.
Right. All right. So
you told us
co-host battles. We already talked a little bit about it, but like there's a common denominator here, so I try to figure out a way to not make it Mia Ken, Mia me, Mia RY.
Yeah.
So here are the contenders we're going with. Okay. We're going with Ken and Sunny. We're doing Audio and Mia. We're doing Shiny Finger and Shiz Trish and Envy and RY. Okay. All right. So
now the pair before us, I don't too much care about them. But it's the first two that you mentioned, and what I thought to be hilarious. Over the weekend, you notice how roles were swapped? It was Audio and Sunny. Then it was Ken and Mia. Did you catch that?
Do what?
Did you catch how the roles were reversed? Instead of it being Audio and Mia and Ken and Sunny, over the weekend, it turned out to be Audio and Sunny and Ken and Mia.
It did.
I just thought that was so fun. And I was bouncing between the two.
I didn't know what to watch. I didn't know what to watch. I'm like, Sunny is over here at Audio's Dragon Ken. All right. And Mia is with Ken while they're talking about Sunny and stuff. I'm just like, but no. Wasn't Mia like tucked away?
She was. Mia was tucked away, but Mia was only dropping down in Ken chats. And when I tell you, that tickled me every single time Ken went live and she was there in the chat. I said, "Oh Lord, have mercy."
Yeah.
And then out of the clear blue, here she come going live, cutting up that camera and spazzing out. I said, "Not Mia." I was surprised. Was very interesting.
I didn't think she had it in her because usually she's like, "Hey guys, I just got off work." She was like, "I'm here for you, nigga. I don't drink,
she said,
but I got
Mia said, I don't care about none of that other stuff. Mia said, I don't care about none of that other stuff. I don't care about that. I'm coming here to address Audio.
I thought he was going to set the streets on fire.
I ain't gonna lie. The part of Mia's life that tickled me down to my core was when Mia said, "So what I paid my rent late? It's not because I ain't got the money. I paid it late because I can."
Soul Sister, to answer you, she's got 700.
Do you have your? I do. Oh, I haven't looked.
She's got 700. So basically, okay, yeah. So the Ken and Sonny, okay, great, whatever.
Oh.
Now what I saw was, all right, so let's talk about the fallouts and why the hell that matters. That we said, like, quote unquote
Mm-hmm.
co-host wars, battles, whatever you want to call it. So basically, as I said earlier, like, I never dropped the dime on Ken or anything. Like, when the flyer was here and him and I agreed that it didn't look good and things were a little bit off and it looked like sabotage to try to make her look crazy or whatever. And that's when I went into action. So based on Mia, Ken fell out with RY and I real bad, because my thing was, I've never put anything out on Ken. I've never said anything egregious, and I would have never, ever in my entire life, known him since 2020, something
Mm-hmm.
wrong those lines. I would have
Mm-hmm.
never, ever ran a play against him ever. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
And
Like,
let me hop in here and say this right quick too. Somebody did send me the link to Ken's live where my name was in the title, and he was just kind of like apologizing to me. Ken, I heard the apology. I really, really, really appreciate that. Thank you. Thank
yeah,
you so much.
you're right, Austin. You know, if we wrote a chart of the people that get along every day on a dry erase board, whew, Jesus, we'd be getting new pens every day, or new markers or
Yeah.
whatever. Okay, so basically,
Thank you so, sister.
so you had audio that linked up with Sonny to talk about Ken. So it looked kind of like, what I mean by, like, utilizing a co-host, I think that Audio and Sonny obviously were linked up because their common interest was against Ken. Now,
Hmm.
it was very, very interesting because I didn't know how far Audio was going to carry this thing on with Lemon. So therefore, like, Sonny was over at Lemons, but then Audio started kind of hanging out at Lemons after they
Hmm.
pulled up on each other, you know, the pull up or whatever. So I don't quite understand the breakup to makeup thing. If I have a beef, it's pretty much over. You know what I'm saying? Like, have I given some people some grace? Have I accepted apologies? Have I done something crazy and people did the same for me? Absolutely, I did. You know, of
Right.
course, we've all done that. But there's
Yeah.
certain things that you can and cannot do. Drawing a line in the sand, especially going to the level of threats with R&Y. You know what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
you say you're gonna do the person I'm locked in with harm. I don't know how to test what people say on here that they're gonna do. I wish I knew how to do that. You know what I'm saying? I
Hmm.
really do, because how am I supposed to test that out? Hey, I'm gonna do this to RY. How am I supposed to test that out? Hey, I'm gonna do this to you. How am I supposed to test that out?
But you know
Like,
what I thought was
in
very,
real
very
life,
funny and
it's like, oh,
hypocritical?
really? Okay, let's
Right.
go.
But you know what I thought was hypocritical?
Hmm.
Um, Someone sent me another screen recording of his live, and ZX asked him a simple question. Hey, do you have, a weapon to protect yourself because your mouth
Right.
is reckless and when you go out in
Said that
public?
to Lemon. You got to say who
Right.
he said that to.
And so I looked down at the chat and the person said, focus on the comment. So I'm like, all right, cool. Do you know it was people in that chat saying, oh, you should call the cops on ZX and have him locked up for saying this? Wait a minute. Hold on. You mean to tell me that he should call the cops on ZX for asking him if he has a weapon to protect himself when he goes outside? But when the threat is issued, it's a problem. If
I don't get.
somebody
Yeah,
reports it,
that was.
that is the most hypocritical cockamamie bullcrap I have ever seen all year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And my thing is, I want to make this clear. Oh, yeah, we are going to talk about that with Bree. We definitely want to see what public opinion thinks about what Bree did. We'll talk about that in a second. I had to put a pin in that
Hmm.
because you mentioned,
Okay.
like, because I want to
Hey,
talk
Brown
about
Beauty.
threats versus disrespect. Okay, because there is a huge difference, and we're going to bring up Bree in that situation in just a second. Okay, Brown Beauty, how
Hmm.
you doing? Thank you for being here. Okay, so I put a quote unquote like co-host together. So I did put Lemon and Trish together, right? Or Shiny Finger. I'm sorry. And Trish together. So they had a spectacle over the channel, but Trish always talks about brand, my brand, shish, Trish, smash it, and all that other annoying shit she says. Mooncation and Belize and YouTube E Streets Awards and all this other shit that's going to happen in 3025. But anyway, so basically
3025 is sick. Carry on.
well, when they got together or whatnot, it was such a branding issue, right? And the thing that I think that what people missed, this ties in, I swear, y'all. I think that what people miss is what Diva came up and did with Lemon last night. Okay, because the thing is I think the first thing that, and this, I promise, this goes into the Shish Trish thing. I'm not going off on some weird tangent.
Okay.
But so Diva, you got to understand, is very, very sarcastic, plays games, sees what how people are going to react, whatever. So when Diva went over there, I think that is what put Shakim in a mood where he kind of fell out with Diva today. But that's, hey, that's their business. I don't care about that. It just matters. But Diva, you don't hear what she says. She goes up there, makes them laugh, get comfortable. That's how you wear somebody down, like you don't go into a boxing match without doing body shots first before you hit somebody in the jaw, okay? Because you got to weaken them first.
Right.
But she always lets him know, I own your channel. Okay? So and the reason why she says I own your channel is because the last time she was like, I told you your lights would be turned out the day that you got monetized. Hey, you don't have people, you're not scary, you're not. And then boom, like his channel goes out. Boom, his channel goes out. Just every single time she's like, the day that you get monetized, you're going to get demonetized or whatnot. So when she says that she owns your channel, I don't think that they're friends. Lemon might think they're cool, but hey, it is what it is. So I just wanted to kind of bring that in with the Shish Trish, because Shish Trish always says brand. But if you hear Shiny Finger sometimes say, hey, Shish Trish, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna do this, and she's like, yeah, the YouTube E Streets Awards and blah blah blah, and Lemon's like, I don't want to talk about that, and she's like, well, you have to. Yeah, what that means is he definitely signed the dotted line. He definitely signed the dotted line without reading the fine print.
Now, I also saw a screenshot of and Trisha's mind runs 50 million miles per second.
Hey, Ms. Ray.
But when she does, hey, Ms. Ray, but when she does something that I think is so good and so funny, I have no problem with saying, girl, kudos. See, and it took envy for me to really look at it differently. And I think you and I talked about this, envy. The screenshot that we saw of the flyer, and it said, it had his name, Jordan, and then underneath it said Dash. But what was hilarious about the Dash part was Trish was on the picture with her finger up to the mouth, but Dash was spelled, I want to say it was DASSSSH. I said, baby, you better brand yourself on this flyer.
Well, no. I mean, what people have missed is that Trish uses those flyers to show you motherfuckers that she owns him. She owns all of those images. She owns all of those images. So the person that says, hey, and nothing against her, I mean, take advantage of the idiots. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I put a comment on in below the description of our video, I said, y'all need to look at these y'all need to look at these thumbnails and banners and all this other stuff, and the fact that Trish always makes people sign contracts. Like when she came over to the free sector, she had everybody sign a contract, a $30,000 contract or something, to show up as special guests and shit to whatever. Like these things were like 10 pages or whatnot. Anyway, the mere fact that she's basically using his actual flyers and banners and everything else and putting her on there, she's basically saying, hey, Lemon, don't forget you signed on the dotted line, bruh. So if
that
y'all
banner
don't see that,
tickled me.
So here's what you could do. Look at VS. Here's what you could do, y'all. Listen, I do it for a living. Trust me, I have a PR agency. When I see branding, I see branding. So here's why Trish says, okay, like when you see the lights turn out, like boom, his channel's gone or whatever the case may be. The reason why Diva says that she owns him is because she shut out the lights once. Now, the reason why Trish could do whatever she wants, she can go up there and scream and holler, make the show boring, make people leave, do whatever, is because the damn images that he's using belong to her. So at any given time, she can strike him for the own images that he quote unquote paid for. It doesn't matter what the hell you pay for. It matters who trademarked it, who put their stamp of approval. If you got an EIN number behind it, if you have anything, LLC, DBA, whatever, she owns the images. She can strike you for using her shit. And paid for it. So you know what I'm saying? I mean, remember those yellow books that had the black writing that said like something for dummies?
Something for the oh god, yes.
Yeah, we definitely need don't sign your name on shit for dummies, okay? But anyway, breaking news while Lolo's in here. Lolo, I'm gonna give you a plug. All right, look at VS.
What happened?
Because I said it out loud that Trish strike Lemon for using her own images that he paid for. And speaking of people that pay for shit, Tracy pulled up at Lemons and said, "Did you check my community wall?" He said, "No."
This is
he's like,
stupid.
I don't know. I didn't check. And Tracy's like, well, just in case you didn't check my my community wall, I told you to give me my Cash App. So I'm here to collect. And that's a couple weeks after Pizarro said, yeah, he doesn't need to be mad that we're just over there tricking him out of his money. But anyway.
Oh, well, what they say, it ain't tricking if you got it.
Yeah, ain't tricking. Well, hey. Hold on a second. Let's, this is my content. This is definitely my content. I mean, Pizza tried to put it up there, but if it ain't tricking, but you got it, all right. Hold on. You said it ain't. You said it ain't tricking if you got it, right? That's Lemon's room.
That's what the rappers and them say. I don't know.
That's Lemon's. Well, I know it ain't tricking if you got it, but I'm showing you an example of Lemon's accommodations right there. He's got the 32-inch on top of the bookshelf, dresser, whatever the hell that is, single mattress. That you ain't tricking if you got it, but goddamn, I don't know. I got a question on whether he's got it or not. You know what I'm saying? Like if you could romance somebody to get them into there, and they still give you the.
Listen, hey
dog, shout out to you if you could still get loving after you introduce them to where they're going to be performing those acts. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, here you go. All right, you're going to be brought right into there, but he will most definitely dress up for you. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. And then after you leave here, he might end up with some issues, to make sure you get your My Charts ready if you choose to get into any kind of situations with this gentleman right here, because that lip is looking like it's lipping. You know what I'm saying? And, hide your drinks, because this is actually Shakim's drink that Lemon stole. Hey, all right. So I made that quick. It's not gonna be any crazy shit or whatever. I'm just every once in a while I see a picture, I put it out there. It's funny to me, but I'm done. Okay.
Okay.
I know RY was not here for that. All right. Nope. But trust me, I got a whole. I mean, bruh. Listen, I'm ready to fire at any time. I got all the ammo and everything. That's just the funny shit right there. But you know what I'm saying? Like, please don't go to war with me. It's not fun. I know he's like, well, he sits up there and says, well, I gotta let you guys know about this or that. The reason why I've sounded like that is because I've been serious lately because of the threats against RY. I'm not delivering the commentary like I was. I basically told you that, and I don't need to holler and scream to fuck your life up. You know what I'm saying? Like, we could troll, we could do whatever, but I like to put cars on tow trucks. I like to get evictions and all the other shit. Check my Mo3 sector report. I've turned into a new person over here in the beef sector because we have wonderful women that over here that want to be talked to a certain way, that have a little bit of sense about themselves. Not that they don't the Mo3 sector, but it's a little rougher, you know what I'm saying? That's why I said the Mo beef sector, we can get grimy, but we can actually talk to some classy ladies as well. And I made another one for y'all, the Mo beef sector. Mo3 sector and the beef sector, we're always going to have a little bit of fun with each other or whatever. But you know what? It's the war of content. And I don't have to be from anywhere to talk about somebody, but I'm not leaving the beef sector. So whether you say I'm adjacent, in it, out of it, around it, I don't give a shit. All right. I'm here. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather have me for you than against you. But anyway, let's see. You said access. What you said? You have a $5 hole and a $500 hole, but
they still be hoeing. Okay?
They still hoeing. Absolutely. See, you can never tell a hoe what is on the menu. You know what I'm saying? You can never tell a hoe what's on the menu. Hey, I guess there's levels to this shit, right? $5 get you some hoe, and some hoes 1,000s, and hey, I guess they're trying to and testing, but anyway, I mean, let's be clear. A trick is still a trick, just like a hoe is a hoe. Oh shit! I love the song. A trick is a trick, is a hoe is a hoe. Hey. All right, let's go. Join the channel now. I love everybody, but this membership is very, 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 very different. Okay. Now, if you think I went that I went to the trouble to do all that for my members, you're crazy. It's not just like I put videos on membership at all. We have membership lives all of the time. And the things I do in membership lives, basically with the content that we have going on, the content that's out there, basically what I do in members lives is I ask my members, hey, here's the situation, but I can tell you like more detail. Am I tripping? And they'll say, man, you shouldn't do that, man. Or they'll say, no, you're not tripping. Go full blast. And I'm like, okay, cool. Let's go. You know what I mean? Let's go public with this shit. So anyway, shout out to the members and shout out to the member link. I appreciate it. Doesn't mean you have to be a member. Just telling y'all a little bit about it. Black Pearl, what it do? Oh, there's Ox City. How you doing?
Hey,
I'm glad that you didn't let Lolo keep that scooter on Rabbit. You know what I mean? We definitely needed Turtle, especially when she went to this CBS on that damn scooter in
Lord
Vegas.
Jesus.
But anyway, all right. So let's see. Lemons just Trish. Sonny and Mia fell out, but Ken had them both. I don't know why I wrote that down, but
I think the reason why you probably wrote that down is because
because Mia, well, the flyer,
because
because they couldn't get
Ken
their
was going to do
straight.
a girl, right? Apparently, Ken was going to do a girl talk too, and it was supposed to be between Mia and Sonny. Sonny said, I don't know Mia like that, and we ain't got chemistry, so I ain't doing nothing. I'm like, yikes. Okay.
You said,
look
at all. Yeah, if you and RY want tricks and hoes to join the channel, they gotta be shaking ass on this channel panel next. That's probably you're probably right.
Are you okay?
You might be right, Austin. We're gonna start doing shit that I'm gonna start doing shit that you think RY would be mad about, and then we could circle back around to this bullshit. All right,
exactly.
What's good, Angie? How you doing, Angie? All right, so let's go on to Bree at Lemons, right? Okay. First, I want to get this out of the way. I do have a couple comments. I don't know if RY has a couple comments, but I do. But this does not have anything to do with how I'm going to give the commentary on Bree at Lemons, because it's going to have a lot to do with how far is dragging kids and what is not dragging kids, even if you
Right.
mention the kid, which is which. Okay. And I'm going to ask y'all like what Bree last night, if y'all determine that dragging kids or basically talking about kids. Okay. There's a huge difference. But anyway, I don't know what in the hell this why the critique comes from Bree. I guess she owns the company that tells us how to produce our shows, but I'm not quite sure like where that's coming from. You know more about that than I do. So can you refresh my memory so I can tell the people?
About what she said yesterday or the day before
Just
yesterday
yeah,
about the whole
the channel. What we should be
oh
doing,
yeah.
how should we be covering,
Yeah,
Go
she
ahead.
said I'm sitting over here making a half white man money. And then I recently
That was
heard
a
her
while
say,
ago. I'm talking about new
right,
stuff.
I'm getting there. Thank you. And then it got to the point where she was like, you know, I don't know why, she's highly intelligent, she's educated, she's very smart, but envy is dumb. Envy is dumb because his channel hasn't grown. Please don't make me laugh. Envy is dumb. And the only reason why his channel didn't, well, no, she said envy is stupid and his channel isn't growing. The only reason why his channel is growing now is because I'm over here. That was the most recent thing, like maybe 48 hours ago. And I'm just like, oh, okay. Well, hmm.
She said a couple more things. We'll just leave it at that.
Yeah. Leave that
Who
right
was
there.
arguing the fact that loose eye is tricking though a cheap one for show? Whole trick, dragons breed. Oh Jesus Christ! Right there's definitely been some money thrown around, but yeah, I mean the thing is from Breeze, whatever. Go to the channel, to critique the channel all you want, whatever. But I was reviewed by Hater World. I was on No Jumper twice. Had Pino, had Youngbloods, had I mean, really just scroll down to the bottom of the channel. Like there's almost 500 videos, and I've pretty much covered everything. As I said, No Jumper twice, making phone calls in, 1090 Jake. We're talking about like I've had people just scroll down to the bottom where it says videos. Don't just go to my live tab, go to videos, and you'll see me dealing with mainstream artists. Plus, you don't know what I do for a living. I have 5 channels, but I wish I would tell you how to get to them.
Oh,
But
I also want to throw
huh?
this in there as well. Because this part
Yes.
just came back to my remembrance. Then she said, because I feel like this is a joint effort. So when they do their commentary and they come up with their title, they do it together. So RY knows what he's going to talk about. Let me debunk that for a second. That is not always the case. Okay. For instance, today, I get out of a work meeting. I said, let me turn on some music on YouTube. The first thing I see, I see Envy's title. It is says about a day in the life of J Dash. I'm just like, whoa, wait a minute. So I called him. I said, hey, what's going on with this? I said, I don't want to do that. And he said, okay, for you, I'll change. Thank you. So no, every single thing he does on YouTube, I don't always agree with that. So please stop saying that because that is not the case.
All right,
Trust
Sour
me.
Patch. If you want to see me at Adam
What's Sour
22, if you want to see me,
Oh,
Adam
yes.
22, Sharp, all that other stuff on No Jumper, go to my videos and scroll down. Like, don't
It's
just go to the
definitely
live.
there.
Go to the videos, scroll down. You'll see Milk 74, 1090. You'll see all of us. Okay, just scroll down to the bottom. So I know how to build channels. She knows. RY knows the big channels that I have. But anyway, yeah, I do it for
And
a
I just
living.
want to, I just want to throw that part in there as
Code
well.
Television, I'm just chilling. I'm actually trying to network with people through Man Code to, maybe do bigger and better things. But anyway, because I love the people, I haven't been able to leave y'all. Shit. You know what I mean? Don't blame me. A lot of
Hey,
y'all are
Blue.
cool, and the other ones y'all could kiss my ass. But anyway,
Oh,
all right.
Jesus Christ.
So we've seen a lot of the Dragon Kids, right? L Blue, what's
Yes.
up? We've seen a lot of the Dragon Kids. We see Trish is back out here with the No Dragon Kids campaign. Now, no matter
Mm-hmm.
what I say about Trish, like crazy or obnoxious or annoying or whatever, the No Dragon Kids campaign I can get behind for sure. Okay. Now,
Mm-hmm.
if no, I was gonna play the polar thing, but I'm not
Oh.
really. Because we kind of broke down that I'm not really polar gang or whatever. But anyway, I was gonna talk about how we learn how to troll and stuff like that. But let's keep going. All right, so the
Okay.
No Dragon Kids. Okay, so here's what I want to know. I really want to know this because I am. I wouldn't say I'm undecided, but I'm looking at it from an internet standpoint. Okay. I
Okay.
already know what would happen in person, but let's go ahead and look at it from an internet standpoint. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So was Bree wrong last night on Lemons? All right. I want to know this. Now, the whole I believe we heard the speech from Shiny Finger. We heard the speech and everything about, hey, big beef sector. I stand behind beef sector. I'm not going to tolerate any kind of talking about kids. And you guys,
Mm-hmm.
we heard the ring around the rosy of the outer belt of a city over and over about 4 or 5 different times. No Dragon Kids. I'm not going to have that over here. Here's what I'm going to
Right.
change. Big beef sector. I stand behind. Okay, fine. And certain people weren't going to hit the panel ever again, right?
Mm-hmm.
Big Bree mad because I don't think I want to see you on no jump. Oh yeah. So Big Bree mad because she has to hibernate for Jesus Christ. Not selfie stick. But anyway, hey. All right, I'll stop. RY is sitting here, so I gotta slow down on the
Thank
selfie
you.
stick Bree. All
Thank
right,
you.
so that's what I call her, selfie stick Bree, and I call Lemon, Shiny Finger, Queen Shiny Finger, because and I don't do this. I don't even do that to
All
myself, and I
right.
can't scroll. I can't scroll. I'll be right back. I can't scroll down.
Okay. No problem. All right. Sour Patch, girl, that comment was woo. How is Trish back on this when almost every panel goes to yeah, Brown Beauty? That is $1 million question. Okay. Hey L Blue, if I didn't speak to you before, you back? Okay.
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
I think
Perfect. Yep.
so. Let me see here.
Can you scroll?
Yes, I can scroll.
Okay.
Hey, I
Perfect.
don't have Shiny Finger. Jesus.
Oh God.
But anyway, anyway, hold on, y'all. Let me pull that up real quick here. Don't wait a minute. Hey. Anyway, all right. Oh, here we go. Jesus Christ. All right. I'm gonna drop RY for this, but I'm gonna show
Thank you.
you a lot of people know why I say Shiny Finger, right? Okay, I didn't do this to myself. You know what I'm saying? Let's see here. Jesus. Anyway, nope. All right, well, we'll do that another time. All right, so
All
because
right. Sounds like a plan.
I missed that picture. Ms. Rail's like, oh my God, let me take a look. Can you give a brief description of what happened with him and Bree? I don't patronize him, so I don't know exactly what happened between them. Okay. L Blue, basically what happened, and I didn't even say hey to Davna today. Jesus. Oh my God. I'm sorry,
Davna, hey
Davna.
Davna, I am so
Oh,
sorry.
she's been typing and I've been rolling, looking at these damn notes and stuff. My bad, Davna. I'm glad that you're here as always. L Blue.
Absolutely.
So yes, I can. So basically, in Shiny Finger fashion, which is Jordan Dash Lemon, whatever the hell you want to call him. He's Shiny Finger to me. But anyway, he went into a drag. I don't know if he heard Bree say something about him, not about him. I have no idea what happened or why, but he went into a drag. And, he said the normal stuff about, not being able to wear high heels and her size. And, basically what
So
we
hold on.
all.
Let's back this on up. The comment
Yes.
that was made from what I saw was Bree asked him something about, well, are you going to go to court drunk or something like that? And that's kind of when he just went
Oh,
off.
she did do that. She said, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
she said, are you gonna go to court drunk? So basically, as I said, all right, I got this is for El Blue. And
Mm-hmm.
everybody else, but thank you, El Blue. All right. So basically, when he went through his drags, whatever, what happened was is Bree joined the panel. And basically Lemon pretty much figured that it was going to be a back and forth because obviously he was just talking about her. And she pulled up and she said, F your niece.
No,
Okay.
she said, nope. She said, your niece is a bitch, and then dropped.
Is that what she said? She said your niece is a
Mm-hmm.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
I stand okay, yeah. I stand corrected. I stand corrected. I think I'm so stuck on the FU thing because I was supposed to say that I was trying to F me. Sorry. When I get my mental notes together, sometimes I'm a little off. So let me clear that up
Are you
now. Yeah.
okay?
She got on the pan. No, I'm fine. When Bree got on
Woo.
the got on the panel, that's what she said. She said your niece is a bitch. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Lemon's niece is 6 years old. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what I want to know from the people, whether I'm right or wrong, because I can't figure it out. I literally can't figure this out. She even turned on the camera and she had like her face, what the hell, the mask on, the face mask thing that y'all
Mm-hmm.
put on your skin to tighten it up so you don't look 10 times older than you are, or 10 times, Jesus Christ, 10 years older than 10 years older than y'all are, or
You
whatever.
are lit.
Yeah. Well, yeah. The craziest thing I ever
Mm-hmm.
saw a woman do is put preparation H below her eyes to tighten up the skin because that's when it's supposed
What?
to. But
Oh
anyway,
no,
I'm sorry.
that's foolish.
Okay. Okay. All right. So anyway, I want to know from the people. There is a huge difference in being
Mm-hmm.
very detailed about, what a kid does or something that could happen to a kid or whatever. There's a direct thing that you can say about kids that's vulgar or whatever the case may be. Now, if you pull, let's just say, okay, let's say in two different situations
Okay.
just for argument's sake, let's say both of the kids are 6. So let's put
Okay.
kid A and kid B. So kid A, talking specifically about different acts or things that are going to happen, just kind of being explicit, whatever the case may be, right? I guess
Right.
that's what we call quote unquote dragging kids, which is getting a little bit more normalized than I've seen in the past. Or
Yeah.
you can say kid B is a bitch. Now,
Mm-hmm.
those are two completely different things.
Correct.
Are both okay? Is one okay? Or is none of them okay? Let's have a discussion. Let's go.
Mm. Okay. My opinion, none of them are okay. None of them. I'm a firm believer. If I'm not married and if I don't have children, there's no way on God's green earth I could sit here and try to drag someone's marriage or drag someone's child or their children when I don't have either of the two. Now, if we were to look at apples to apples, both of
Yeah.
them don't have children. However, I do believe a while ago, Lemon may have said something to Mr. Pettyville about his children or something along those lines. Now, Bree doesn't have children, so she called Lemon's niece a bitch. They both don't have children, but they both dragged each other's nieces or boyfriends' children or whatever the case may be. Does it make it right? No. Is it a level playing field? No. Do I think Bree was wrong? That's in the eye of the beholder. But my stance on that, I wouldn't have never done that. It's just something about dragging someone's children. I can't do that. I'm sorry. I can't.
Yeah, me, I did my best. They both say horrible things about kids for the last 7 years. It's new and they will not stop. That's okay, correct. Did he start dragging Bree first because of her drunk comment?
Yeah, she
Well,
just asked a simple question in the chat. Are you going to go to court drunk? And he went
right.
off. Her question to me personally, Bree's
She put
question
that
to
in the chat
Lemon,
first. She put that
right? She
question
put
in the
that in the
chat
chat
first.
first. However, the level of disrespect that he was spewing at Bree for asking that little stupid question, and not stupid in a bad way, it's stupid like, child, okay. It's a general question that everybody would have asked him. But how low and how deep he went in on her, that was unwarranted.
Yeah, it was rough.
Unwarranted. You had people like King Kyos in the chat. He said, I don't even rock with Bree. But Lemmy, you're going too far. That's extremely low. Like, yeah, it,
That's
it was
correct,
it was
El
nasty
Blue.
work.
El Blue, 100% correct. That's
Exactly.
why that's why I think there was an underlying issue past what happened.
Mhm.
Because El Blue, you're
Has to be.
100% correct. If you watch Lemon's chat, if you want to laugh at Lemon and not with him, just watch his chat. You know what I'm saying? But the whole point is, yes, they most definitely go back and forth. And
Mm-hmm.
the optics of the chat, yes, they say much, much worse. But what I'm really trying to get down to the bottom of is what is too far. Is it the same to say something explicit about a kid
You
as
want
it
to know what's too
is?
far? Oh, I
I
can
mean,
answer
me,
that.
me personally, you're gonna say don't bring them up at all. It's too far.
Uh-uh.
But
That ain't what I was gonna say. What I was gonna say is I can answer that. What is too far? I believe over half of the sector heard what was too goddamn far this weekend when Ken said
well, we know.
that
Let's
he
not go
would,
back in. They
yeah,
know.
that
Hold
he
on,
would
hold on,
do
hold
those
on, hold on,
acts.
hold
Hold
on, hold
on.
on, hold on.
I'm not gonna say it. Hold on.
Well, I
When Ken
get it,
said he was
but
gonna do what he was gonna, we gotta stop doing that.
I know, but we already know all that. But
You asked what is too low. That was too low.
I'm just saying in general, what is too low.
What he said, that was too low.
Right. Remember
Like
I said kid.
we got
Remember
to
I
cut the
said
kids
right,
out. We got to cut the kids
right.
out because the
What
kids are not on this app. The kids did not
what
sign up for this.
what I said is kid A and kid B. Kid A, I'm saying kid A explicit what I said earlier. Kid A, explicit the detailed items and stuff like that. And then kid B, I was saying that what Bree said. So I already covered that. I just didn't want to get into, too deep
No, I'm not
into it
getting in too deep
because
because you asked what is too low. I don't think calling the little girl a bitch, that was rude. That was rude. That was unwarranted. Was that low? Not as low as some of the things we've heard over the weekend, but it was rude. Now, like I said, Lemon has also, from if I remember correctly, has taken shots at Mr. Pettyville's kids. That's why I say kids should just be left alone altogether, all the way around. Is it something that'll ever happen? Unfortunately, it won't.
yeah, and
So
OG Beauty.
it's a thing of what are you going to do about it?
Right. I mean, and my thing was, listen, I don't want to. The reason why I did that, the reason why I stopped with the, specifics or whatnot, because I basically we all heard it. That affected a lot of people in a really bad way, like within the last 30 minutes. That's why I said that. I didn't want to, open up those wounds for what happened in the last like 30 minutes. Let's see. What's up, Mr. Boston? How you doing? And
Hey,
if
Mr.
y'all are
Boston.
wondering, I'll tell y'all what happened 30 minutes ago. Don't worry. I'm not saying that, and then I'm not going to say anything or whatever, right? And I know you guys
Some parents
said
actually teach their children to disrespect and throw slick shade towards adults. I don't allow my children to disrespect no adult, regardless to if it's me and the parents doesn't get.
Yeah, I agree with that.
right. So Yeah, that's why I did that basically. So Tweety, I know you said rude or whatever, but I promise you, RY will probably throw me off the whole panel one day when I'm over there. Okay. I just wanted to stop them because sometimes RY doesn't hear what's going on in my right ear, and my left ear at the same time.
No, I heard what you said because the question. Go ahead.
What happened 30 minutes ago? That's why I said kid A and kid B. I didn't want to get specific. Okay. And I'll explain in a second. Him and Bree always trade shady exchangers, and they both laugh it off. So the big blow up doesn't make sense. No, it doesn't make sense. El Blue.
Good point.
It doesn't make sense. And my thing is like, I wish we could take not friendly banter, but banter on the internet, and pretty much apply it to what you would say to somebody's face, but it's never going to be that, unfortunately. Yeah. Tell my children to stay in each other. Yeah. Listen, Tamara, it was real simple for me when I grew up, that kids are better seen than heard. So that was our rule. Or you got jacked up. I used to my mom always said I could tell when you're talking crazy about me because your head starts moving when you walk away. And man, I would get bow right there in the back of the ear. Bow. Like, you know what I'm saying? Hey, my mom's 4'11", but Mike Tyson would have trouble going after her, I promise you. Well, who brought the children to the internet in the first place, particularly in this area? Just something to consider.
Why we both do that? That's a good question.
Someone has to have a voice for the babies. I know, I understand, but no pressure. Sometimes just follow along with me. Just follow along with me. There's a method behind the madness. I know that people think that I put off the explosion because I wanted to stop her. I put off the explosion because I'm going to tell you what happened, and we'll go from there. Because if she went into that, then it wouldn't pertain to what I saw happen.
No, because I'm not talking about what you saw happen. You asked what is too low, and I said from my point of view, what Ken said was too low.
It be okay. Well, go ahead, speak openly about it. I just thought
no. I already said what I said.
A little bit better, so that we could separate the issues.
No, I already said what I said. That to me that was too low. That's why I said. So what Bree said, was that low? No, that was disrespectful. That was disrespectful.
Right.
That wasn't low.
Right. I mean, like in general,
not to be rude, is not to talk to him.
Just didn't want to convolute the issues we have.
Hey, African goddess.
Because here's what happens. You talk about somebody, you talk about somebody in a certain instance, and then another problem that you might have with that same person in another instance. People put those things together and they forget the actual adult issue. They're going to say, well, you were talking about somebody, so how can you have a problem doing this and that, whatever. But I'm going to bring it up in a second in just a different way, okay? Because I want the people to basically decide on something. Trust me. Because we already have our own underlying issue. If you bring something in about a person, you bring this in, you bring this in, you bring this in, you bring this in, then we can't deal with our actual issue with Ken, okay?
But my stance on that still is the same. But I hear what you're saying.
I think. All right, so I'll tell y'all what happened, and you guys will understand why I keep telling her. Hold on. Okay, so I was gonna ask, from an optics standpoint. Now, people are going to think I'm playing politics or taking up a side or being strong about it. I report the news. I report what I saw. I want to hear what you all have to say. As I said, some people don't make the chat important. Some people don't make the clouds important. Some people overemphasize the panel, but everybody, please give your opinion if you so choose to. So Lemon gave that speech, right? Big beef sector is not going to normalize dragging kids. Big beef sector, this and that. Now we heard that speech about 9 times, right? And then basically what he did was he went in there and said, well, based on that, you all, I'm not going to let Ken up on my platform ever again. Okay. So what I mean by what happened 30 minutes ago is Lemon and Ken were on the platform together. Okay. I saw the chat. I don't know if people were saying anything strong or saying anything not strong or whatever. And I don't hate Ken. Ken and I have been cool since 2020 or somewhere around there. And as I said, I would never run a play or do anything on him, but he's just like anybody else. If he does something, we're going to talk about it. But the fact that Lemon said he'll never be up there ever again in his life, they were just hanging out on the panel. How do you guys feel about that? And that's when I was going to roll into RY based on how you felt about him being up on the panel based on what he said, because Lemon brought him back.
So Lemon said, "Can I never be up there again?"
Lemon
If
gave a
that's the
speech.
case,
Lemon gave a
right,
speech last night for an
right.
hour. You know how he
I
talks and then
I don't
starts back from
understand
the
why people,
beginning.
right. I don't understand why people take that serious. How many times has he said grown folks want to be back over there? He ain't letting him back up. But he turns right around and be back up there. He said the same thing about Lady Wu and a whole host of other
That's
people.
different, though.
But he let him
That's
back.
different. What I'm saying
I'm
is,
just
there's a difference in
mhm.
falling out. Okay, there's a difference between falling out and not letting somebody back up. Okay, so there's a huge difference. So like for
Okay.
with ZX for example, Lemon said he's not going to let ZX up because he goes and drags him on his panel. He
Mm-hmm.
says he's not going to let just Krista up because she goes and drags him on his her panel, gets with other men, whatever the case may be. But he's never given like a speech. He never said because just Krista said this, or because ZX talked about this, and this. He put the
Mm-hmm.
whole beef sector behind. Not his whole speech was about not normalizing talking about kids. There's a
Okay.
huge difference. He talked about that for about an hour. We can't allow
Mm-hmm.
this around here. Somebody's got to put a stop to it. Somebody's got to put their foot down. We got to, stand together and, make sure those people are canceled and this and that and that and
Mm-hmm.
this. What I'm saying is, after all of that, taking that stance, he was on the panel. So it
Right.
doesn't compare. It doesn't compare to him saying, "Oh, ZX was talking shit about me." It wasn't there's no campaign of talking shit about somebody. Like, but I'm talking about that specific issue, taking a stance on what Ken said on his panel. There's a huge difference.
Once again, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all.
Well, I mean, I don't think any of us are surprised. Yes. Yes, that too. This is exactly what I'm talking about.
You see?
Maybe you just need to drop this one, Envy. It's not gonna go how you expect it to. I see. I didn't think it was that deep. But all I'm saying is, let's see.
Mm-hmm.
Litmus test. Yeah, definitely. See, that's what I'm saying from an optic standpoint, RY. Like, he went down to the breaking down into the crying and everything else. Like, he made everybody,
Correct.
it made everybody kind of like, okay, well, we really need to consider this,
Mm-hmm.
whatever. And it's almost like, a quote unquote he was acting like a spokesperson for the beef sector or whatever,
Right.
with this emotional breakdown and all this other stuff. I just think that it's
Mm-hmm.
a lot longer than yes, I know he doesn't let people up or whatever. I just think that this one's a little stronger. Do I
Mm-hmm.
care that who he lets up? No. I just think that it's rather odd that he tried to move a whole sector in a situation that he broke. It's bigger than that, like I could go to my
No, I get it.
motorcycle club. I can go to my motorcycle club and say, fuck this dude or whatever. And then, we have a problem with that person, they come
Mm-hmm.
back to the clubhouse. We meet out in the, in the city, drink a beer, take a couple shots or whatever, and say, yo, it's not that big of a deal. You can come back to the
Mm-hmm.
clubhouse. We come back to the clubhouse. But if I go to my club brothers and I say, hey, homie said something about your daughter or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
that's a immediate, don't give a damn if we see him, like him later, whoever he's X'd out. He's a no good, he's a whatever. I just thought that there was, a level to this shit, not just the fact that we knew that he would refriend because they said that they were talking on the phone last night. So I get it. But when I say that,
trust me, I hear what you're saying. I do, and I'm taking that into consideration. However, him saying that, when I heard it, I was just like, oh, okay. We'll see.
yeah,
Now, was Ken absolutely wrong? 100%. Would I like to see for him to actually stand for something and stick to it? Absolutely.
you too
Absolutely.
he let the devil up on the panel. True, L Blue. My thing is like, it's like this, right?
Mm-hmm.
We've seen him lie about everything, right? On my show, he said farewell to the beef sector. I'm gone forever. Like when he lost his last channel and he came back. We listen on here.
Mm-hmm.
We all lie. I lie. Everybody lies pretty much on here. But I'm saying this particular situation, to me, I actually
Mm-hmm.
gave him the benefit of the doubt to stand on. And the funny thing is, I don't fuck with Lemon, but at the same time, like, I'll be fair when I need to be fair, and I won't
Right.
when I
And you
don't
are.
need to be. I'm just kind of looking at it from all different angles or whatever. And hey, if
Mm-hmm.
I guess it's case by case basis with him then, right? How can you use
Yeah.
him as an example?
And and two, with the example that you use too, Envy, about your club brothers or things like that, those are people that actually stand for something. Come hell or high water, this is their stand. They're not gonna bend, they're not gonna bow, they're not gonna break. I don't care who it is. Him, not so much. Mm-hmm.
Cuss him out.
Him, not so. Oh, snap! Cussing him
Hold
out.
on, yeah. To be honest, the banter.
Okay.
He said, "Fuck dragons," and then Kim was like, "Dragons is so
Oh
fun."
Lord Jesus.
So they're not
Oh
really.
God.
It's not a cuss out. I
Yeah.
promise you, absolutely
Now,
not.
and I don't have an issue. I don't have an issue with Ken at all. I don't have an issue with him. Um, I just wish, if that was Lemon's stance, I just wish he would have thought it through and actually stuck with it. But based on your past behaviors will always be an indication of your future decisions. So because we've seen it before, whether it's the same scenario or not, it was bound to happen. Do I wish Lemon would have stuck by that stance and said, come hell or high water, I don't care. I'm not letting you up. That would have been a wonderful surprise. That's
Yeah,
all.
and just yeah. Right. And I don't. And as I said, Yvonne or anybody else, the whole cuss
Mhm.
out or whatever, that's not really, like, it's theatrical because they're laughing too. So, it is what it is. I mean, my thing is, a lot of the stuff that I ask is from a subscriber standpoint, right? I'm
Mhm.
asking you all what you would think. I try my best not to insert my personal opinion into things until I hear what y'all have to say, right? Just for
Mhm.
example, the first thing that I asked the subscribers and supporters, I like to bring y'all into the content. I want y'all to literally help me program what's going to entertain you. And that's why I asked, okay, my personal opinion, I should dog everybody out, in that Mia situation. Lemon, Mia, whoever. You know what I'm saying? But that's my personal opinion. But I presented you the information first. And if y'all want me to roll it out, I will. If you don't, you won't. And just like I asked about, do you guys think that Bree was out of order? Is it difference in saying, like, your niece is a bitch, or dragging? Should those be in the same bucket? You know what I'm saying? Me personally,
Mhm.
if I would have given you my opinion first that said kids are off limits no matter what, don't say their name, don't say anything about them, don't say nothing. If I would have told you that first, then you wouldn't be able to give me your objective point of view. So basically, like, that's how I stand on it. No kids, period. Has it happened on my panel? Yep.
Mhm.
Did it slip? Yep. Can you control what's going to come out of somebody's mouth on a live while you're speaking? No, you can't. But I guess the way that you handle it moving forward shows the character that you have. But
Right. You
and
can't control what comes out of their mouth on a panel, but what you
right,
can
you can
control is their
control their
access.
future behavior.
Yep.
Yeah.
You can control their access.
Yep, you can control their access, you can control their future behavior, anything you want
Mm-hmm.
to, right? But it is
Yep.
what it is. I'm not telling people to stand for something like I'm not the morality coach. Like I do some shit that you all would think is probably out of order. You know what I'm saying? But in my personal opinion, that's out of order. But if people don't think it is, then I'm literally just reporting and giving my 2 cents. Okay. So, and then the brie, and then the lemon letting up. Let's see. The co-host battle's not really that big of a deal. Hopefully we cleared up enough about the Mia situation. The reason why we didn't want to make it this big content is because I'm tired of talking about her, tired of hearing her, tired of seeing her, and whatever. She told us 100,000 times that she wants to do content outside the beef sector, the black sector, the both three sector, the whatever. She said that she doesn't want to do that content. So here's the thing. It's almost like letting VS go do her health journey and show people that she's committed to getting in shape and enjoying the outdoors and stuff like that. MU talking about Trump. It's just the people that are over in their corners, they want to be left alone. Great. You know what I'm saying? But the people that don't, hey, here we are. We're in the paint. See, that's why I'm saying how Lemon tolerating disrespect from others when he is more disrespectful. Disrespect is disrespect. Oh, that reminds me, Yvonne. Thank you so much for writing that. Listen to this, right?
No.
This isn't a big deal. I promise.
Okay.
No, you're not gonna have to stop me mid sentence. I promise.
Thank you.
So RY and I almost said it, but then I kind of lost my train of thought. Yvonne brought me back to it. Okay, so let's hypothetically say that I call a woman a SLUT, which that's middle school like jargon or whatever. I'd call her a hoe or a bitch or something like that, right? But let's say I did. And let's say that you do. This isn't Mia anymore. This is general, very general. Let's say that you look like a hoe. I'm not going to use slut because I don't say it. I rarely ever say hoe, and you'll never hear it out here except for right now. If you act in hoish ways and I call you a hoe, am I wrong? Or am I just saying the word that describes your behavior?
Just saying
if you look like a hoe and I say you're a hoe, is that a problem?
What's the saying? If it look like a duck, if it quack like a duck, then it's a duck.
If you look like if you are a stripper and I call you a stripper, am I wrong? No. So hypothetically, if I did call that woman a SLUT, if I said it, I'd say it again. I literally told RY, I said, you know what? I said, we don't need receipts. We don't need nothing. We don't have to roll out the story. I'll just pull up a picture and put it on this bitch and say, you know what, y'all? She is a SLUT. And then, hey, Envy said it. I don't give a damn.
But let me preface that by saying that is something he will not do. He wouldn't do that.
I wouldn't do it, but it's like when y'all like you all had a week of content that I called uppity a bitch after she called me.
Hold on.
After
Thank
she
you. I
called
was
me
just about to say that. She called you a whole yaggy and then dropped
several times and then dropped.
So if she can call you that, then you can spit fire back at her.
Yeah,
it's crazy to me.
Most men can call women that to deter other guys away from them. If she's a hoe, why do you want her? Should be the question. True, Tamara. You know what I mean? But hey,
but let's also throw this out there. That's why I don't understand why that whole narrative is even out there. When Mia herself has said she does not like older guys, and Envy is older than her.
Yeah.
So like. That's crazy to me. Crazy.
Actually, different generations.
Yes.
You know, I don't care if I tell y'all I'm old. You know what I'm saying? Let me
Yeah.
see something real quick. Let me see something real quick. What did Lolo say? Oh,
Uh-uh.
yeah. Not breaking news or anything like that, but I think, hey Lolo, I'm gonna give you a challenge since you said it yourself. Okay, hold
Mm.
on. Oh god damn. Um Listen, I'm gonna
What?
have I'm gonna have front row seats. We are
Oh
selling front row
God.
seats right now or not right now, but we are selling front row seats to Lolo's.
Oh
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
Do you want to know why we're not selling? Okay, let me take that out before like some kind of weird net. Okay, we are inviting you to front row seats
Woo.
to Lolo's. Okay, so like the wonderful thing is RY and Envy again are going to be doing this because they're really really good at bringing you information that's going to happen not only on this show but later. Okay, later.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, we're going to be sitting here doing this, right? Let me take down my banner real quick so you guys can see this. So we do have another evening of full access, okay? But tonight, Team Dummy versus Team Stupid. Goddamn. Don't look at
Oh
the
my
date because I
goodness.
haven't changed it. I didn't think I'd have to come back out with this, but we will be in the luxury box 50-yard line seats of Lolo's. Why? Lolo finally said that she's going to drag Lemon.
What? I know you lying.
I swear. I swear.
Lolo.
You know,
Why
I'm
I
never.
didn't get the memo?
I get all the memos now. Come on
I
now.
know. Well, my
But
phone is on do not disturb,
hey,
my
hey,
bad.
you
That's probably
said it, so
why.
you can't come back from it now, Lolo. All right.
Lolo.
Yep. Lolo's dragging lemon.
Jesus Christ.
So as I said, y'all, I never ever heard you.
Lolo.
Right. Yeah. Never, Yvonne. I don't do that. You know, it's just if I wouldn't say it to your face, I'm not gonna say it at all. But I have certain principles. My moral compass is
Mm-hmm.
crazy. All right. So once again, gosh, I wish I had it enough. Are you ready to rumble?
I
Like
know, right?
I wish I had like a few more of these.
It's gonna be the same Rick Reed that be on every mother. You punk pussy ass bitch. You punk pussy ass bitch. You punk pussy.
So I guess that's gonna be Lolo tonight. Oh my God. Whew. So you know what I'm saying? That's gonna be interesting, RY. What do you think about that?
Very, very interesting. And I think I know why Lolo is doing this.
Yeah, she's doing
Because
research. She's doing all.
yeah, I think, like I said, I think I know why she's doing that because her name was brought up over there at Lemons.
Oh boy,
And yeah, and he went off a little bit, and then he said, "Now let this be the only time I ask you to leave me alone." So I'm like,
he said, "Let me
okay.
go off a little bit." What?
Now I said he went off a little bit because Noble was
Oh,
up there, and I guess Noble, Noble in true Noble fashion, was
oh.
I guess interrupting him or something like that. So I don't know if Noble dropped or if Lemon dropped him, but he kind of put his sights on Lolo,
Oh
and
no!
I'm yeah,
So she was
and then he
casualty of war.
said,
She caught a stray.
"Believe so." I don't know what
Oh
it is
no!
Lolo
What
said
the
about
hell?
him to make her go off. So he was just like, now I'm gonna ask you one more time to leave me alone. I'm like, what in the world?
And yesterday he brought up that picture. Remember, he
That
said this is
Chucky
a picture
picture?
of Lolo, the Chucky picture. Yeah. And that you remember right before he brought that up and said, "Oh,
Yeah.
let me go ahead and put that picture away with Lolo."
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
and then what was said earlier?
He something, I don't know if Lolo he caught Lolo talking about him or something. I don't know. All I know is he put that picture up of that little Chucky doll, and
Yeah,
he just kind of went off. He said, "Now, Lolo, we was friends. We was cool." And then he said, "But don't make me go off. So I'm gonna ask you to leave me alone." So I don't know what that was about. I have no idea. No idea.
Damn.
So if anybody
Well,
in the chat knows what happened to make him do that to her, please let us know.
that's gonna be
Just looking at the chat.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that's
Hey,
crazy.
yeah. Well, it should be interesting. So we're here for it.
Ooh.
Damn, Lola, I wish you're going live
I thought
now. I'm
thought
gonna
they kind of got over their situation, or they kind of just like went into their
I did
separate corners.
I
That's what I really
that's what I
thought.
that's exactly what I thought. I thought that they literally were like, okay, you go play on that
Mm-hmm.
side of the street, I'll play on this side of the street. Let me see when Lolo's going live. I'm checking right now with her.
Okay. I think hers may be scheduled too.
You're live now.
Yep.
All
Right
right,
now.
listen. You're sound offs for about a half hour, so we'll. No,
Exactly.
I'm just playing Lolo. All right, now listen. We put a lot of pressure on you, Lolo. Okay. Wait a minute, y'all. Hold on now, Lolo. Wait, Lolo. You say it for yourself. They can hear you. Go ahead.
I'm going the fuck off on this little twisted ass bitch.
Let me go listen.
Hold on.
Fuck he think he is. Can walk around and do all that. Fuck that bitch. He can't walk around here thinking he the biggest and baddest and can't nobody talk about him. Who the fuck does he think he is? Now, I don't get off the porch often, but bitch, Glenda's off the porch. You drunk ass fucker. Okay? I'm going back to my live now.
I'm sending them over now. I'm gonna get about 5 more minutes with them while you do your pleasantries, and I'm sending them over, Lolo. We want to see this. You get one chance, yeah. All right, Lolo, I gotta go. Stay in the chat, y'all, because I'm gonna redirect this over here. All right. He said he heard Lolo on a panel speaking about him, but you did not hear that from me. Okay, Yvonne. Shout out to the bone carriers. Let me go get my last green smoothie for the night out the fridge. Hold on a second. Hold on. We're about to
this about to get good.
I know we only need about 10 minutes. I know. This is going to be interesting. Wow. Hold on. Let me go in here. I'm setting up the redirect, y'all, so that we don't have to like leave, come back, and move around and look up Lolo's channel and all that other stuff, because I know, everybody in the bushes of clouds, we all share a lot of subscribers. Absolutely, we do.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, sometimes there's a few people in here that, want to see what's going on. So it is part of the story. Let me take a look. Where is Lolo? Where is Lolo? There she is. Damn it. But she goes live on both. Oh my God. I don't want to send people to a vertical or whatever.
So you can always tell if it's a vertical. Yes, you can. You can always tell if it's a vertical because there's like a phone icon in it. Right in the title.
Well,
so if you look at the one that says 55 watching, that's the actual horizontal.
No, I totally understand. Yeah, that's the vertical, or the horizontal. Yeah. But what I'm saying is this, it's just hard to tell you how it looks on YouTube Studio. I got y'all. Hold on one second. Lolo, please don't do vertical and horizontal. Jesus Christ. All right. So 84. Okay, 84. Yeah, but see, this is a pain in the ass. Lolo, don't do this, because then you split your chat. Paste. Okay. All right.
Thank you, Vibrant.
All right, y'all. So basically, I never hate. I don't give a damn what it is. I don't care. If there's content that's out there in the street, If I hate you, I'll never send them. But listen, if VS or Ness or anybody has some shit going on that's relevant to what we're talking about, I'm not a hater. I'm not going to keep people here all night and then run over commentary. Let's go hear what Lolo has to say, because obviously you just heard her on the phone. Stay right there. If you do or you do not know Lolo, what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off subscriber mode when I get over there. I'm going to turn off subscriber mode because I want any and everybody to drop down, participate in the chat. And then basically I'll let you know a couple minutes prior to lock down the chat. So let's go right now. We're being redirected. I'm not doing an outro or anything because usually it messes it up. I'll see y'all tomorrow at 5 o'clock for the 5 o'clock show. All right, RY, let's get the hell over to Lolo.
Bye.
All right, y'all.